Let me ask you a question. Why are you here? Why were you created? What is your purpose? From the moment we take our first breath, there is a longing deep within you, a yearning to know why we exist. Some people spend their entire lives chasing after success, money, and recognition, only to find themselves empty, unfulfilled, and searching for something more. Others wake up every morning with joy in their hearts, walking in a purpose greater than themselves. What makes the difference? You see, my friends, you were not placed on this earth by accident. You were created for a reason. Your life has meaning, and deep within you lies a Pashona fire that was meant to burn brightly. But how do you find it? First, you must listen. The world is full of distractions. It tells you that happiness comes from having more, doing more, and being more. But real fulfillment comes not from the outside, comes from within. You have a calling, a purpose that is unique to you. It is written on your heart, placed there from the very beginning. Maybe you felt it before, that deep stirring inside you when you do something you love, when you help someone in need, when you use your gifts to make a difference. That is no accident. Your purpose is often found in the very things that make you come alive. But I must warn you, finding your passion and purpose will not always be easy. There will be obstacles. Fear will whisper in your ear, telling you that you are not good enough. Doubt will creep into your mind, making you question whether you have what it takes. But let me tell you something. You were made for more. You were designed to overcome. You were created with a purpose. And nothing, no fear, no failure, no opinion of others can take that away from you. The greatest purpose in life is not found in serving ourselves, but in serving others. The most joyful, fulfilled people are not those who seek only their own success, but those who pour themselves into something greater. When you use your passion to lift others, to bring hope, to inspire change, you will find a joy that no money can buy, a peace that no achievement can provide. So, I ask you today, will you step into your calling? Will you listen to that still, small voice inside you? Will you have the courage to follow the path set before you? Because one day, when your time on this earth is done, it will not be your wealth or your status that matters. It will be the lives you touched, the difference you made, and the legacy you left behind. Find your passion, live your purpose, and make your life count. Thank you. Every person is uniquely designed with a purpose that is greater than themselves. This is not a statement of chance or coincidence, but of intentional design. From the moment we enter this world, we are given unique gifts, talents, and abilities that set us apart from others. No two individuals are exactly alike, and this is not by accident. The way we think, the things we are passionate about, and the skills we develop over time all point towards something deeper or purpose. Many people struggle with the idea of purpose because they assume it must be something grand or world-changing. They believe that only those in high positions, those with fame, or those who make headlines are fulfilling a true purpose. But purpose is not measured by the size of our platform. It is measured by the depth of our impact. A mother raising her children with love and guidance is fulfilling a purpose just as much as a leader addressing millions. A teacher inspiring students, a doctor healing the sick, an artist creating beauty. Each of these roles is significant. Purpose is not about comparison, it is about fulfillment. When people feel disconnected from their purpose, they often experience a sense of emptiness. They go through life checking off tasks, meeting expectations, and chasing achievements, yet something always seems to be missing. This is because we were not made to simply exist, we were made to live with intention. There is a difference between making a living and making a life. Making a living is about survival, but making a life is about meaning. People can have all the success in the world and still feel lost if they are not aligned with their true purpose. The search for purpose often begins with an inward journey. Many times, people look outside themselves for validation, waiting for others to tell them what they should do. But true purpose is not found in external approval. It is discovered through deep reflection. What are the things that stir passion within you? What are the moments when you feel most alive? What are the skills and gifts that come naturally to you? These are clues to your purpose. Often, purpose is hidden in the things we do effortlessly, the things that bring us joy and fulfillment. It is not always something we must chase. It is often something we must recognize. Some people may say, but I don't know what I'm passionate about. That is a common concern, especially in a world where so many distractions pull us in different directions. Sometimes purpose is buried under layers of doubt, fear, or past failures. But just because you haven't found it yet doesn't mean it isn't there. Purpose is not always revealed in an instant. Sometimes it unfolds over time. It is discovered through experiences, trials, and moments of clarity. Those who keep searching, who keep exploring, who refuse to settle for a life of emptiness, those are the ones who eventually find it. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles to finding and fulfilling purpose. Many people feel a calling towards something, but hesitate to pursue it because they are afraid of failure, rejection, or the unknown. But fear is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. It is often a sign that you are stepping into something greater than yourself. Every person who has ever walked in their purpose has faced moments of fear. The difference between those who fulfill their purpose and those who do not is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Another common struggle is the belief that purpose must be tied to success in the traditional sense. People assume that unless their purpose brings financial gain or public recognition, it is not significant. But purpose is not about what the world sees it is, about what fulfills you at the deepest level. A person who works a simple job but touches lives with kindness and encouragement is living with purpose. A person who sacrifices personal gain to help others is fulfilling a calling. It is not about how much we accumulate, but how much we contribute. One of the most beautiful things about purpose is that it is not limited to one path. Some people discover their purpose early in life, while others find it later. Some have one passion that drives them, while others evolve and grow into new callings over time. Purpose is not confined to a single moment. It is a journey. It is something that can shift, expand, and deepen as we go through life. The key is to remain open, to keep seeking, and to trust that there is a reason for the way we were made. When people live with purpose, they experience a sense of peace that no amount of success or material wealth can provide. There is a deep satisfaction that comes from knowing that you are living out the reason you were created. It brings a joy that is not dependent on circumstances, a fulfillment that goes beyond temporary happiness. People who walk in their purpose do not need to prove themselves to others. They are content because they know they are exactly where they are meant to be. Finding your purpose is not about following the expectations of the world. It is about uncovering the truth that has been within you all along. You were made for something greater than mere existence. Your life has meaning, and your purpose is waiting to be discovered. Keep searching, keep believing, and know that you were created for a reason. Many people go through life chasing after things they believe will bring them fulfillment, wealth, success, status, and recognition. They strive to reach the top of their careers, accumulate material possessions, and gain the approval of others. Society often teaches that happiness is found in these external achievements, that the more we have, the more valuable we are. But time and time again, we see that none of these things truly satisfy the longing of the human heart. A person can have everything they ever wanted and still feel empty inside. This is because the human soul was created for something deeper than temporary success. It was created for meaning, for purpose, for something that lasts beyond a fleeting moment of accomplishment. The search for meaning is a universal experience. Every person, regardless of background, culture, or status, has an innate desire to understand why they are here. This search begins at a young age when children ask questions like, "Why do I exist?" or "What am I supposed to do in life?" As people grow older, these questions may become buried under responsibilities, expectations, and the daily routines of life. But no matter how much someone tries to ignore it, the desire to find meaning never fully disappears. It remains a quiet whisper in the heart, a feeling that something is missing even when everything appears to be going well. Many people try to fill this void with distractions. They keep themselves busy, working long hours, pursuing the next big goal, or surrounding themselves with entertainment and social activities. They convince themselves that if they achieve enough, they will finally feel fulfilled. But achievement without purpose is like chasing the wind. No matter how fast you run, you never quite catch it. This is why so many people, even those who appear successful on the outside, often feel lost on the inside. They have built lives full of accomplishments, but have not found the deeper meaning that brings true satisfaction. There is a reason why material success alone does not bring lasting happiness. The human soul was not created to be satisfied by things that fade away. Money can buy comfort, but it cannot buy contentment. Recognition can bring temporary excitement, but it does not provide lasting fulfillment. People often believe that if they just reach the next level of success, then they will feel complete. But the truth is, fulfillment does not come from external achievements. It comes from living in alignment with one's true purpose. It comes from using one's gifts and passions in a way that contributes to something greater than oneself. One of the greatest challenges in the search for meaning is that many people do not take the time to truly reflect on what fulfills them. They follow the paths laid out for them by society, by their families, or by the expectations of others, without ever asking themselves what they were truly meant to do. They live according to a script written by someone else, believing that if they check all the right boxes, education, career, financial stability, social status, they will eventually feel satisfied. But meaning is not found in following a predetermined path. It is found in discovering what makes one's own heart come alive. Often, meaning is revealed in the things that bring joy, the moments when a person feels most connected to something greater than themselves. For some, it may be through creativity, writing, painting, or music. For others, it may be through service, helping those in need, mentoring young people, or working in a profession that makes a difference in the lives of others. Meaning is not about personal gain. It is about contribution. It is about using one's unique gifts to bring value to the world. When people align their actions with their deeper purpose, they experience a fulfillment that no amount of external success can provide. Another important aspect of the search for meaning is the role of struggle and hardship. Many people believe that difficulties in life are obstacles to their happiness. But in reality, challenges often serve as guides toward purpose. Some of the most meaningful paths in life are discovered through pain, loss, or failure. A person who has experienced deep struggles may find meaning in helping others overcome similar challenges. A person who has faced failure may discover purpose in teaching others how to persevere. Hardships have a way of stripping away the distractions of life and revealing what truly matters. In these moments, people often realize that meaning is not found in avoiding difficulties, but in growing through them. People who live with a sense of purpose often have a different perspective on life. They do not measure success by how much they have, but by how much they give. They do not seek fulfillment in temporary pleasures, but in lasting impact. They are not driven by fear of failure, but by a desire to live authentically. This is why those who have found true meaning often radiate a deep sense of peace, regardless of their circumstances. They are not constantly searching for the next thing to make them happy, because they have already discovered the deeper satisfaction that comes from living with purpose. At the heart of it all, the search for meaning is not about achieving more, acquiring more, or impressing more people. It is about aligning one's life with the deeper truths that bring lasting fulfillment. It is about recognizing that true joy is not found in what we receive, but in what we give. The human heart was created for more than success. It was created for significance. And only when a person begins to live in alignment with that truth do they experience the fulfillment they have been searching for all along. Listening to the call is an essential part of discovering one's passion and purpose. Many people go through life feeling a quiet pull towards something greater, yet they often ignore it or push it aside. This call is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it is a gentle whisper in the heart, a persistent thought that will not go away, or an unshakable feeling that there is something more meant for them. However, in a world filled with distractions, noise, and expectations, it can be difficult to hear this call clearly. It requires stillness, reflection, and a willingness to pay attention to the deeper desires and convictions that lie within. One of the reasons people struggle to recognize their calling is that they expect it to come in a dramatic way. They imagine a defining moment where everything suddenly becomes clear, where a great revelation shows them exactly what they are meant to do. While some people do have profound moments of realization, for most, purpose unfolds gradually. It is often revealed in the small things moments of joy, deep interest, natural talents, and the things that stir the soul. Recognizing a calling is not about waiting for a lightning bolt of inspiration. It is about being attentive to the patterns and passions that have been present all along. Another challenge in listening to the call is the fear of uncertainty. People often ignore or suppress their true calling because it does not fit neatly into the expectations they or others have set for their lives. They worry about whether it is practical, whether they are capable, or whether others will approve. They question whether they are qualified or if they will succeed. This fear keeps many from ever stepping into their true purpose. But the reality is that a calling is not always comfortable. It often requires stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and trusting in something beyond one's own understanding. Purpose is rarely found in a place of complete security. It is discovered in the willingness to step forward despite uncertainty. A calling is also closely connected to one's natural gifts and talents. Every person is born with unique abilities, things they do effortlessly, things that bring them joy, things that others recognize in them. These gifts are not accidental. They are clues to one's purpose. Some people have a talent for leadership, others for teaching, creating, helping, or problem solving. But too often, people dismiss their own strengths, believing that because something comes naturally to them, it must not be valuable. They compare themselves to others, thinking that if their abilities do not seem as impressive or profitable as someone else's, they must not matter. But the truth is that purpose is not about comparison. It is about recognizing and using what has been given. What may seem ordinary to one person can be extraordinary in the right context. One of the most important aspects of listening to the call is paying attention to what stirs the heart. There are certain moments in life when a person feels deeply moved, whether by joy, compassion, or a sense of injustice. These moments are not random, they are signals. The things that make a person come alive, that awaken a passion inside them, are often directly tied to their purpose. When people ignore these feelings and choose a path simply because it is expected or practical, they often find themselves feeling unfulfilled. But when they lean into what genuinely excites and inspires them, they begin to step into their calling. A calling is not always something that appears fully formed. Sometimes it begins as a small interest, a hobby, or an opportunity that seems insignificant. But when a person nurtures it, it grows. Many people who have found great purpose in their lives did not start with a grand vision. They started by following their curiosity, by saying yes to small opportunities, by learning and growing in the areas that interested them. Over time, those small steps led to something greater. The key is to start somewhere, to listen, to explore, and to take action, even in small ways. Another critical part of listening to the call is being open to unexpected paths. Many times people have a rigid idea of what their life should look like, and they resist anything that does not fit into that plan. But purpose is not always revealed in the way one expects. Sometimes detours, setbacks, and unexpected opportunities are part of the journey. What may seem like a failure or a mistake can actually be a redirection towards something better. The ability to adapt, to be open, and to trust in the unfolding process is essential in discovering one's true calling. People often seek external validation before pursuing their purpose. They want others to confirm that they are making the right choice, that their calling is real, that they will be successful. But purpose is not something that always makes sense to others. There will always be those who do not understand, who question, who doubt. But a true calling is not dependent on the approval of others. It is something deeply personal, something that must be pursued regardless of whether it is understood or accepted by everyone. For those who truly listen, the call to purpose is not just a fleeting thought or an occasional idea. It is something that keeps returning, something that will not go away no matter how much it is ignored. It is a deep conviction that there is something greater waiting to be embraced. The key is to stop drowning it out with distractions, fear, and doubt, and instead choose to listen, to trust, and to take the first step. When a person listens to their calling, they begin to align their life with something greater than themselves. They begin to live with clarity, passion, and fulfillment. Overcoming obstacles is an essential part of discovering and living out one's passion and purpose. No path is free of challenges, and those who fulfill their calling do not do so without struggle. In fact, obstacles are often a necessary part of the journey, shaping individuals into who they need to become. Many people give up on their dreams not because they lack talent or desire, but because they become discouraged by difficulties along the way. They assume that struggle is a sign they are on the wrong path, when in reality, it is often confirmation that they are moving towards something meaningful. Growth, transformation, and purpose are not found in comfort, but in perseverance through trials. One of the greatest barriers people face in pursuing their purpose is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty. These forces can be powerful enough to keep people stuck where they are. Fear whispers that they are not good enough, not capable enough, not ready. It magnifies doubts and convinces people to play it safe, to stay within the boundaries of what is familiar. But fear is not an indicator of truth. It is merely a test of faith. Every person who has ever accomplished something significant has faced fear. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Another obstacle that often prevents people from stepping into their purpose is self-doubt. Many individuals struggle with feelings of inadequacy, believing they are not talented enough, smart enough, or worthy enough to pursue what they truly desire. They compare themselves to others and convince themselves that they fall short. But self-doubt is a liar. It blinds people to their true potential and keeps them from even trying. The truth is that no one begins as an expert. Growth and mastery come through effort, through learning, through taking risks and making mistakes. Those who accomplish great things do not do so because they never doubted themselves. They do so because they refuse to let doubt define them. Criticism and opposition are also common obstacles in the pursuit of purpose. The moment a person decides to follow their calling, there will always be voices, both external and internal, that try to discourage them. People may not understand their vision. They may judge, question, or even mock their efforts. This is often because others are afraid to take risks themselves. So they project their own fears onto those who dare to step out in faith. But purpose is not about seeking approval. It is about following the path that's been placed on one's heart. If everyone waited for unanimous support before taking action, nothing of value would ever be accomplished. Another challenge that many face is failure. Society often treats failure as something to be avoided, something shameful, but failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of it. Every person who has ever succeeded has also failed. The most successful people in history have faced setbacks, rejections, and disappointments. The difference is that they did not let failure stop them. Instead, they used it as a teacher. They learned from their mistakes, adjusted their course, and kept moving forward. Failure is only final if a person allows it to be. Those who press on despite failure eventually find their way. Discouragement is another significant challenge. There will be times when the journey feels too difficult, when progress seems slow, when it feels as though nothing is working out. In these moments, it is easy to wonder if the effort is worth it. Many people quit not because they lack ability, but because they grow weary. They stop just before the breakthrough, just before they see the fruit of their labor. Endurance is what separates those who fulfill their purpose from those who give up. It is not about never feeling tired or discouraged. It is about refusing to let those feelings determine the outcome. One of the most subtle but dangerous obstacles is distraction. In today's world, there are countless things competing for attention, entertainment, social media, the opinions of others, endless responsibilities. It is easy to become so caught up in the noise of daily life that the deeper calling gets drowned out. People spend hours scrolling through their phones, watching others live their dreams, while their own purpose remains neglected. Distraction steals time, energy, and focus. Those who truly pursue their passion must be intentional about where they invest their attention. They must prioritize their purpose over temporary pleasures and superficial distractions. Sometimes, obstacles come in the form of waiting. People expect their purpose to unfold quickly, but often there is a season of preparation. This waiting period can feel frustrating, as though nothing is happening. But delays are not denials. They are often a time of growth, of strengthening, of learning lessons that will be needed later. The waiting season is where character is built, where resilience is developed. Many people abandon their purpose because they do not have the patience to wait for the right timing. But those who trust the process, who continue to prepare even when they do not see immediate results, are the ones who ultimately succeed. Overcoming obstacles is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about learning how to navigate them. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every setback a lesson. Every struggle a step towards something greater. Those who press on, who refuse to be defeated by fear, doubt, or failure, are the ones who truly walk in their purpose. The road is not always easy, but the reward of a life lived with meaning and passion is worth every challenge faced along the way. Taking action is the bridge between passion and purpose. Many people spend years dreaming about what they want to do, imagining the life they could have, and hoping for the perfect opportunity to arise. They read books, watch others succeed, and even feel inspired by stories of people who have followed their calling. But inspiration alone is not enough. The difference between those who live with passion and purpose and those who don't is action. Without action, dreams remain ideas, potential remains untapped, and purpose remains unfulfilled. One of the biggest reasons people hesitate to take action is the belief that they are not ready. They think they need more knowledge, more experience, more resources, or a perfect plan before they begin. But waiting until everything is perfectly in place is one of the greatest traps that keeps people stuck. The truth is, no one ever feels completely ready. Growth happens through action, not before it. Clarity comes from movement, not from endless planning. Those who wait for the perfect moment often find that it never comes. The only way to move forward is to start where one is, with what one has, and trust that the next steps will become clear along the way. Fear is another powerful force that keeps people from taking action. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, Fear of making mistakes, these thoughts paralyze many from stepping into their calling. But action is the antidote to fear. The more a person moves forward, the less power fear has over them. Every small step taken weakens fear's grip, proving that failure is not fatal, that rejection is not the end, and that mistakes are simply lessons in disguise. Those who take action despite their fear build confidence, while those who let fear control them remain stuck in the same place year after year, wondering what could have been. Another common excuse that prevents action is the belief that the task is too big. People see the mountain ahead of them and feel overwhelmed, not knowing where to start. But no great achievement happens all at once. Every significant accomplishment begins with a single step. A book is written one page at a time. A business is built one decision at a time. A skill is developed one practice session at a time. The key is to focus on what can be done today rather than being paralyzed by the size of the goal. Small, consistent actions over time lead to massive results. Many people also struggle with perfectionism, believing that if they can't do something perfectly, they shouldn't do it at all. They hesitate to put their work out into the world, fearing that it's not good enough. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it is a guaranteed way to stay stagnant. No one starts as an expert. Growth happens through doing, through making mistakes, through refining along the way. Those who take imperfect action learn faster and improve more than those who wait for the perfect time to start. Action breeds improvement, while inaction breeds regret. Another key aspect of taking action is persistence. Many people start strong, full of motivation and excitement, only to give up when challenges arise. They take action for a while but expect quick results. When they don't see immediate success, they lose momentum. But true purpose is not discovered in a moment of excitement. It is forged in commitment and endurance. Those who achieve their goals are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They keep showing up, keep learning, and keep pushing forward even when progress is slow. Taking action also requires stepping outside of comfort zones. Growth and purpose are never found in places of ease. They require risk, vulnerability, and sometimes even discomfort. Those who accomplish great things are not the ones who played it safe. They are the ones who are willing to take a leap of faith. They were willing to face uncertainty, to step into the unknown, to trust that even if they stumbled, they would learn and grow. Comfort zones may feel safe, but they also keep people stuck. The only way to reach one's full potential is to push beyond them. Another important part of taking action is learning along the way. Many people believe they need to have all the answers before they start, but the reality is that most learning happens through experience. No one has it all figured out from the beginning. Those who take action discover what works and what doesn't, what they love and what they don't, what needs adjusting and what is worth pursuing further. Every step forward provides valuable feedback, and those who embrace learning rather than fearing mistakes are the ones who grow the most. Taking action is also about prioritizing what truly matters. Many people say they want to follow their passion and purpose, but their daily actions do not reflect that desire. They spend time on distractions, procrastination, and things that do not bring them closer to their goals. Those who truly live with purpose make intentional choices about how they spend their time and energy. They take responsibility for their actions and understand that if they do not prioritize their dreams, no one else will do it for them. Ultimately, action is what transforms a life of potential into a life of purpose. It is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is what turns passion into impact, ideas into reality, and uncertainty into confidence. Those who take action, even when they feel unprepared, even when they are afraid, even when the path is unclear, are the ones who truly step into their calling. The journey toward purpose does not begin with waiting, it begins with doing. Helping others is one of the most powerful ways to discover and live out one's passion and purpose. Many people search for meaning in personal achievements, financial success, or status, But true fulfillment often comes from making a difference in the lives of others. When people shift their focus from self-centered goals to how they can contribute to the world, they begin to experience a deeper sense of purpose that goes beyond personal gain. Passion becomes more than just an individual pursuit. It transforms into a force that impacts and uplifts others. One of the reasons helping others is so essential to purpose is that human beings are wired for connection. People are not meant to live in isolation, pursuing success only for themselves. Even the most accomplished individuals find that their achievements feel empty when they are not used to benefit others. Purpose is not just about what one can gain, but about what one can give. Whether it is through a career, a talent, a cause, or simple acts of kindness, using one's gifts to serve others creates a sense of fulfillment that personal success alone cannot provide. Many people struggle to find their purpose because they focus too much on themselves and their own happiness, their own success, and their own desires. But purpose is often revealed when people ask a different question. How can I help? Instead of trying to figure out what will make them feel the most fulfilled, they begin to look at where they can make a difference. When people shift their focus from personal satisfaction to serving others, they often discover that their deepest joy comes from making a positive impact. Helping others brings clarity because it connects passion with real-world needs. Another reason why helping others is essential to purpose is that it gives meaning to struggle. Everyone faces difficulties, failures, and hardships, but when those experiences are used to help others, they take on a new significance. A person who has overcome adversity can use their story to encourage and guide someone else going through the same challenge. A person who has learned valuable lessons through failure can teach others how to avoid the same mistakes. Struggles are not wasted when they are used to lift others up. In fact, many people find that their greatest source of purpose comes from the very challenges they once thought would break them. Helping others also broadens perspective. When people focus only on their own problems, their struggles can seem overwhelming. But when they step outside of themselves and begin to serve others, they often realize that they are not alone in their struggles and that others are facing even greater challenges. This shift in perspective fosters gratitude, resilience, and a greater sense of purpose. Instead of feeling stuck in their own difficulties, they begin to see how they can make a difference even in small ways. One of the most important aspects of helping others is that it does not require grand gestures or extraordinary talent. Many people believe that in order to make an impact, they must have a special gift, a high position, or a large platform. But purpose is not found only in big achievements. It is found in everyday moments of kindness, encouragement, and generosity. A listening ear, a word of encouragement, a helping hand, these simple actions can change lives in ways that are often unseen but deeply significant. Sometimes, the greatest purpose is found not in what is done on a grand scale, but in the quiet, consistent acts of love and service that go unnoticed by the world. Helping others also creates a ripple effect. One act of kindness can inspire another, setting off a chain reaction of positive impact. A teacher who encourages a struggling student may inspire that student to believe in themselves and pursue their dreams. A mentor who invests time in a young person may influence the course of their entire life. A stranger who offers kindness on a difficult day may restore someone's hope. The impact of serving others is often far greater than what can be seen in the moment. Another powerful aspect of helping others is that it brings people together. In a world that is often divided by differences, acts of kindness and service bridge gaps and create unity. When people focus on how they can help rather than on what separates them, they find common ground. Purpose is not just about individual fulfillment. It is about building connections, strengthening communities, and creating a better world for others. Helping others also builds character. It requires selflessness, patience, and compassion, qualities that shape a person into someone who lives with integrity and purpose. Those who make service a part of their lives develop a deeper sense of humility and gratitude. They learn to see beyond their own needs and desires, recognizing the value in lifting others up. This growth in character not only benefits those being served, but also enriches the life of the one serving. Ultimately, helping others is one of the most profound ways to find and fulfill one's purpose. It turns passion into action, transforms struggles into wisdom, and creates a life that is not just successful, but meaningful. It is not about how much is given, but about the willingness to give. True purpose is not found in what is achieved for oneself, but in what is done for others. Finding your passion and purpose is not about waiting for the perfect moment, nor is it about achieving personal success alone. It is about embracing the journey, overcoming obstacles, taking action, and using your gifts to serve others. Passion is not just a feeling. It is a commitment to something greater than yourself. Purpose is not something you stumble upon. It is something you create through persistence, faith, and a willingness to grow. Every person has been given unique abilities, experiences, and a calling that is meant to impact the world in a meaningful way. The road will not always be easy, but every challenge is an opportunity for growth, every failure a lesson, and every act of service a step closer to a life of true fulfillment. Do not let fear, doubt, or distractions keep you from stepping into the life you were meant to live. Start where you are, take one step at a time, and trust that as you move forward, clarity and purpose will follow. May you find the courage to pursue your calling with passion, the strength to overcome every challenge, and the heart to make a difference in the lives of others. Your journey matters, your gifts matter, and the impact you make will leave a lasting mark on the world. Good luck on your journey, and may you walk with confidence, faith, and determination. Thank you, and may you go forward with purpose and passion.